Hello guys and welcome back to the garage. If you remember, last time I promised you that we were going to take a look what's inside this box. So that's what we're going to do now. In here we have a steering damper kit for my Vespa PX200. The steering damper itself looks like this. It's a really small one, as you can see, it fits in my hand. And it's adjustable by turning this knob here. And now it gets really hard to push in, and then we can make it looser. Like that. And in here you also get a mounting kit for it. I bought a black one. They come in aluminium color also, and here is some installation material, and here is the installation manual in German, so I have to use my old German skills to understand this. The part number for this is STD01002. So today we're going to try to mount this on my bike, because I want this to be a bit more stable, because you know, we have the engine in the back, we have me sitting in the back, which means it gets very heavy in the back and light in the front, and it has some tendencies to, you know, sometimes lift the front wheel and so on, and you have this going on. So if we can put in the steering damper here to solve that problem, it would be great. I think it will improve the handling of the bike a lot. It's going to sit like this. So this involves taking some holes and making some new threads and so on. So in this installation kit you get two distance plates. These two. And on one you have an O, that's for oben. That's top in German. And you have one that says U, and that's unten, that's below, down. So this is top one and this is the bottom one. So that's important to keep them apart. First of all, make sure that your steering column is straight before you start drilling in the frame. So everything is lined up, so to speak. Then we take this distance part with the O on it for oben. And this is going, it's not a exact position or anything, somewhere around here. And we're going to drill first make a mark with a 6mm drill through this hole here. So we get a mark here, and then we take a 5mm drill and make a hole through this. And we of course must watch out for all our wires, electric wires and cables going in here, so don't put the drill straight into them. So we can see them in here and try to remove them from where we're going to make the hole. Here we now have a mark. Now change to a 5mm drill and drill through this. Now we have to make some threads in here. This of course requires that you have these special tools to make threads. Fortunately I do have these. So you get a screw for this, you put that in here, and then we have our distance. And here we can see, now that I put the screw through the distance, you can see this is very long, and this is going to be too long, and it will come out on the inside, and it's possible that it will rub against the wires and the cable, so I'm going to cut it off. But you also get a nut that you can put here for extra security to lock the screw. You can put in a nut here on the inside, but then you have to lift either the top here off and get the nut down, or the whole head off. But that's for extra security, they say. And if you use Loctite here, it shouldn't be necessary. So I'm going to stick with only Loctite, but I'm going to shorten the screw. So this is the nut you get for securing the screw on the inside, but I'm not going to use it. Here you can see I shortened the screw. I think it's the perfect length now. And then we're going to have some Loctite here. And then it's just to put this in place. And don't forget to use the one with the O in the top. We don't want to over tighten it because we have the Loctite locking it in place, so we don't damage the new threads. Now it's the same procedure in the bottom. Make sure your steering head is straight, and then we have to push this in all the way, and then we let it out by 3 or 4 millimeters. It's not supposed to be bottomed out when it's going straight forward. You need to let it out 3 or 4 millimeters, and then you make your mark just like on the top with a 6 millimeter drill. You make a mark first of all. Once we made this mark here with the 6 millimeter drill, we take a 9 millimeter drill and drill a hole through here. And once again, be careful when you drill through so you don't have any wires or cables that will get damaged. I was a bit anxious about this, you know, that I was going to hit a cable or a wire, but I managed this. Now this is going into place, and here's the tricky part. You get 2 of these sorts of rivets with threads in them. You get one in aluminium and one in steel, and it says here in German then that you need special tools for this, and you won't be able to get this to work without special tool, but this in aluminium you can get in, and then you're supposed to use a screw and then hold something against it and push it in place, so I guess it's going to be squeezed together. So I just have to try this. First of all, I'm going to get it in the hole. So now this rivet is in there. I put a screw in it like this, and I used a hammer to knock it in. I don't know why you can't do the same procedure as here. You make a 5 millimeter hole, and then you make a M6 thread. I suppose this is supposed to be a little more durable maybe. But now you're supposed to have this special tool to pull the threads this way, so it kind of locks in here against the frame. And what they say is that you can use a screw like this and then pull it against something so it squeezes together. So I'm going to figure something out here. I got the rivet in place using a screw that I took 2 big nuts on, and then a washer, and then I turned this and pulled the rivet together. It works. It could have been looking nicer, but it works. And this requires a special tool, so I would rather recommend to get this special tool, because this was no fun. And I shortened this screw also, but a lot less than the other one, just a tiny bit. And here they clearly say in the manual in German that you're not supposed to use any thread lock on the screw, because if you do that and you want to unscrew it, then the threads will probably move too, turn in the hole. So don't use any thread lock down here. Okay guys, it's installed. Looks like this. And my initial thoughts, well, I think first of all we should have a better solution for this than putting this rivet with the threads in. I'd rather drill a bigger hole and make my own threads than this, because you need a special tool. It's not easy to do this even with the aluminium one, and you won't be able to make it with the one in steel. But with that said, we're going to put this at its loosest point like that. Then we can just, you know, like this, it has no effect, of course. So this is when you ride without anything. Okay, and then we're going to put this at the hardest. So I'm just going to turn it a couple of times so it's, and then we have, you can see, I have to push it. Now it's in its hardest point. So it works, but look at this. This is going straight forward. And here it has no effect, really, not much. The effect comes really here. And how often do you do this? When you're on a parking lot? Never else. So I would like to have the effect here, because it's here I drive and get some wobbliness and so on. So maybe it's possible if, as they said, you should not put this all the way in. You should take it out 3 to 4 millimeters, which I have done. But maybe you should take it out even further, because maybe something like this, and hopefully there's enough play to go all the way here. You can measure that, of course, because then you wouldn't have this dead band, what we're going to say. And then maybe it would be effective from the start. Yeah, I'm going for a test drive later on, and then we'll see how I think this worked out. So see you in the next one.